Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio. It's Wednesday, and World Cup has come to an end a few days ago, actually, and we're still talking about it?
We are indeed. On and on, which is fine. It was a big deal for a couple of weeks, well, actually a month, I guess. But this time, the news concerns the TV ratings, which are the all-time highest for soccer in this country. Over 61 million people tuned into the championship game, which is great, and that's fine. The key is that most of the game, and it's over 61 million people overall, most of them watched it on the over-the-air network, which was Fox. That's free market over-the-air TV, and it was available on Fox, and that's where almost everybody saw it. Telemundo, the Spanish network, and Peacock, which is NBC Sports Network, or one of them, also carried the event, and that added to the numbers a little bit, but the fact of the matter remains that 61 million in the USA watched it. They watched the victory for Spain, 1-0 win over Argentina, and everybody is thrilled, and that'll be it for the World Cup in this hemisphere until at least 2038.
Yeah, no, I think it being in this area was a big deal, part of it, and there was a lot of excitement behind it. I know that some people can't get into it, but like I said, I had a great time, and my Spanish has never been better. What's the latest on the contract talks with the players and the owners?
Well, the good news is the two sides are talking. They aren't reaching any agreements, of course, but there are discussions, and as long as they're at the table, then maybe new ideas can be presented and so forth and so on. This is all leading up to the end of the 5-year basic agreement between the players and the owners. That 5-year agreement ends on December the 1st. What's the big hang-up? Quite interestingly enough, the owners want a salary cap. The players are adamantly against it, and they won't change. They do not want a salary cap. Now, the salary cap exists in every other sport in this country except for baseball. That's the only one. Well, baseball, to shut it down and to have circumstances like this is unconscionable because it's making so much money, my goodness sake, for the owners and the players. But the owners want more. Greed, avarice, it exists, and the players want their share. You hear about the players who are making millions and millions of bucks, and there are some who do, but it is a minority. Most of the players are around $1 million, maybe upper hundreds, maybe $800,000. But there's quite a few number who are $1, $2, and $3 million. The big money is by a very few. So with that having been said, it is still there. It is still very big in the economy. And if it does get shut down on December the 1st, and it probably will, the owners will lock out the players. As long as you talk. As long as you get things done and don't interrupt next season, which is a possibility. We'll see what happens.
How many strikes have you been through in your life?
Well, since I've been at KY3, all of them, because they didn't strike prior to that. That would have been 70, 71, 75, I believe, and the couple in the 80s, and then the big one in 94, which shut down the World Series. That was the worst of all.
Yeah, that one was definitely the worst. I just, for the life of me, I lean to the side of salary cap. I think you do too. You like the idea of a salary cap?
When you have a control over what goes on. Now the owners are, hey, listen, they're all buddies and they're all very rich, very, very rich. So they want to save their money as much as possible. But a salary cap does give your limitations, and it makes the competition a little bit. That's what I want. At least a chance of it being more even.
And it'd take a while to get back to that, but I think it's going to have to go that way. It blows my mind that, you're a kid that finally gets a chance to play in the majors, right? And you're okay, so your league average, like you said, about around $1 million. And then you look at a guy or a couple guys that are making $200, $300, $400, $500 million contracts. How can they convince you to stop getting paid? You know what I mean? I just don't understand how a lot of players wouldn't be like, listen, we got to figure this out. 10 of you are making $500 million. You know what I mean?
In the past, that's exactly what's happened.
Just blows my mind that it's how it goes. But
the rich guys, the ones who are up there about $30, $35, $40 million a year and things like that, there's so very few. Bryce Harper got into it with the commissioner of baseball in the Phillies locker room last year, not this year, and they got into a face-to-face argument about it, but Bryce Harper is also among the richest in baseball. So he indeed was standing up for his constituents, but for the most part, hey, they're not going to lose any money. Those rich guys, if the game is shut down for a while, they've got it all put away. They don't have to worry.
No.
It's the other one, what's known in labor as the rank and file.
Yeah, which sucks. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Don't have to cross any fingers for the Red Sox. They continue to win.
They do. They've won 14 in a row. Wait a minute. They won 14 in a row yesterday, too. Yeah, they were going for their 15th in a row last night. They didn't lose, but they didn't win either. Game is rained out, and you win some, you lose some get rained out. Well, this one got rained out, so as a result, day-night doubleheader coming up today. Can the Bo Sox continue? We're about to find out.
Cardinals just cannot catch a break right now, my man.
We talked about it the other day. During the early part of this season, the Cardinals really amazed everybody playing great baseball. They also had everything going for them. Well, Ned Reynolds, in his brilliance, said that the Cardinals should go into Los Angeles and sweep the Angels. Well, when they play today, it'll be a sweep, all right, but it'll be the Angels who are going for the sweep. The Cardinals lost last night 5-1. This is interesting because the Angels scored all 5 runs in the first inning. They just battered Matt Liberatore around, but then Liberatore stayed in the game. More power to him, and he shut down Los Angeles for the rest of it right up into the 7th inning. Well, 5-1 was the final. The Angels beat the Cardinals. Wilberto Orena, he was the pitcher for the Angels, and he's a kid who's not been around all that long. Through 6 innings of 1-run, 6-hit baseball, and that was enough to pin another defeat on the Cardinals, who have now surrendered 3rd place in the National League Central Division. They surrendered it to the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the Brewers, the Cubs, the Pirates, and the Cardinals are very slightly behind, but they are. And now they have less than half the season to catch up and get back into possible playoff hunt. But 5-1, Angels beat the Cardinals. They play this afternoon out in Anaheim.
Go Cards. Hopefully they can get that dub. The Royals, on the other hand, are starting to look like the team I thought they were going to be this season.
Got a great pitching job last night from Luinder Avila. Now, he's
say that 3 times fast.
Really interesting story because he is a rookie, and the Royals are really high on this kid. Well, last night he pitched 6 1/3 innings and gets the win, a quality start, and that is Avila's first quality start as a major leaguer. Royals win the game, Kansas City 3, San Francisco Giants 2. One of the keys, I'm not intending to be negative here, San Francisco's really bad. They have not played good baseball at all this year. Their first year under the former Tennessee coach and the St. Louis product, Tony Vitello. They just haven't played well. But Avila, he allows San Francisco, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts over 6 1/3 innings. That is pretty doggone good, and more power to him, and maybe that's the key. Now, the Springfield Cardinals opened up a series last night down in Springdale, Arkansas, fell to the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. 6-2 was the final.
So, as far as the NBA is concerned, LeBron's told the Lakers he's ain't coming back, and now everyone's kind of starting to wonder where the hell he's going. I've heard Miami, but he's starting to piss off the NBA a little bit, isn't he?
He has made them very angry, especially the commissioner. The commissioner wants to get the schedule out to the public as quickly as he can, but it's all really based on where LeBron James is going to play next year, because they have to formulate a TV schedule and things like that, and James is holding them hostage. He's going from team to team to team and won't make a decision and so forth. So the commissioner, Adam Silver, is getting very, very angry with him. I suspect that it's going to be sometime very soon, maybe as soon as today. And the team that I do here is Miami. He wants to go back to the Miami Heat, maybe. But there are other teams in the hunt as well, and it isn't money. That has nothing to do with it. LeBron James has more money in his bank account than he'll ever need, and he spends it very wisely. He's no dumbbell. But the fact of the matter remains, he still can play. At 41 years old, he still can be a help to a team, and we'll see which one he chooses.
And you got to give props to a guy like that, though. At his age, the shape he's in continues to maintain. I mean, he spends about like $1.5 million a year on his body. So
Probably.
it's crazy, but at the same time, you got to give props to that and his willingness and persistence on getting another ring. Ned, have a great day, and I'll see you down the road.